like you have a plan.
I have a plan.
Good.
Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
Hey, back to work.
Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel. Finally, it has warmed up this week. The ground has softened up. Now we can go on the next stage of the water drainage for this side of the greenhouse. This morning we have just been leveling up the ground so we can run piping from the front of the greenhouse to the other side of the garden beds so that we don't have any flooding this summer.
Yeah.
Hello!
In the episode last week, we built this structure that runs concrete through the gravel so the water can flow all the way down to the bottom. We left a little bit of a space on this side and I didn't put stones all the way. I'm just going to use a 45 with a blocker on this side. I'm going to put holes into the blocker on this side. That's going to get installed here, concrete that up. From there, we're going to add on some extension PVC piping, another 45, and then we have about 15 meters of this black piping, the same piping we used when we dug 3 meters down for the geothermal system. Run it from here all around the garden. We're going to make holes in this piping. As the water is flowing down the piping, it can go out into the soil, and that will add more moisture to the ground. That's our job today. We want to start putting this in, make sure that it's at the right angle. Once that's in, we can backfill this area. Then tomorrow we can start going on the piping PVC for the drainage on the front side of the greenhouse. Once that is all done, we can start leveling off this ground so we can get it ready for beds for all our plants. Let's crack on and see if it works.
The wire pipe back here.
I really never thought that I'd be doing this again. I thought the 100 meters of piping that we did for the geothermal was enough.
Daddy!
These black piping, we learned that the hard way from when we did our geothermal system. These black pipings, not like overseas. Overseas they come with holes. We had to put holes in it. The trick that we learned last time, just make the handsaw a little bit deeper and then you can just run the handsaw and make all the holes. That way the water can seep out of these.
Tima.
Dima.
Tima.
Dima.
Much simpler, much faster than using a hand drill. For this, we're not going to use any glue to hold it because we don't need it to be waterproof. The idea is it does leak. That's why we're going to make holes in the black one so the water can leak out consistently all the way down. No need to put in glue, just connect it and that'll work. Pops up a little bit on this corner because I thought it would be like more this side. But we need the extra length there, so I just take away a little bit here, and then I need to take away a little bit there, and then I think it should be okay. Before we backfill. Good. Nice. Okay.
Looks nice.
Looks nice? Yeah. You're working hard too, Flamey. Good job.
Good job.
Well, I think it's just in time because I think it's going to rain really soon, but it's also getting late. But at least we got the pipe covered up, shoveling it by hand, but at least it's covered up. There's a little bit of a gap here where the grass is, but of course we're going to put a fence in here later. And once we put a fence in here, we'll backfill to the fence and put some boxes or some grass or something like that. But at least this side is done. Tomorrow we can start to focus on the main side, which is the front of the greenhouse. Whew. But now I'm done. I'm hungry, tired. Flamey, how'd you work out? High five. Boom. Good job. Good job. Okay guys, we'll catch you in the morning. Woo.
Flamey, bye-bye.
Today is beef stock day. I thought it's a perfect opportunity since we're going to be outside working on the greenhouse. We always do this every couple of months. We collect all the beef bones and chicken bones that we have kept in the freezer, then we pull everything out. This is a great opportunity since we're going to be outside. Put it on and it can go all day long. Much nicer with a bigger pot. Just put in some oil. So after I have fried the vegetables down for a bit, I'm going to add in this. This is an optional extra. 1 can of tomato puree. It depends if you want a more darker beef stock. I'm just going to fry the tomato puree before I add in the bones. I also have a bit of a herb blend of some bay leaves, some thyme, some rosemary, and add this into as well. All I'm going to add is an optional extra, but this is some of the skin from when we make our own bacon. That's just going to give it a little bit of a smokier flavor. If you do this in smaller portions, you can also roast all the bones in the oven. That will give you another intensity of flavor, but we're not going to do that. Once you have the water in here, just put the lid on loosely. We're going to bring it up to a boil, then put it on a simmer and let it simmer for around 6 to 8 hours. While it is simmering, we're not going to mix it because that will coagulate the fat, and that fat will make the stock a little bit more cloudy. So we're just going to leave it and we will check back on it a bit later this afternoon. So now that that's on, we get back to work and carry on with this greenhouse. This morning we went to go and pick up some PVC piping for the drainage on this side of the greenhouse. This side of the greenhouse is going to be a little bit different to what we did on the other side, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to put a concrete form and concrete this whole place up, as we're going to build another room on this side of the greenhouse before the winter comes. But we want to have drainage, since we have all the roof drainage that is coming onto this side, plus this is a lot lower than the rest of the property, so this is where we have most of the problem. The plan is we're going to mark out the form so we know exactly how we're going to pour the concrete. The PVC piping for the drainage is actually going to go underneath the concrete, so it's a little bit tricky on how we work it out. The water is going to go down all the way there, because later on we will put a rainwater collection system underground. But at the moment we just need to get the piping first, and then we will work on that later. We're going to just mark out the form so we know that that form is how we want it, level with a little bit of a slope on that side. Then run the drainage. Once all the drainage is in, we can start to fill this up, get it ready, put the rebar in, pour concrete. Once the concrete is poured, we're going to build steps so that we can put all the dirt back, and then we can focus on the front. Woo! I'm already tired just thinking about it. That's a lot of work. All right.
Okay, work.
We don't have much choice. This is the only way to solve the water problem. And we need to get this done as soon as possible, because we need to get our plants outside in the garden.
Dimmer.
Okay?
Yeah.
So let's crack on. We actually had this old siding or old flooring that we had some, so we can actually use this for the forms, since so we don't have to buy new lumber. They're a bit thin. I don't want them to blow out when we pour the concrete, so I'm just going to double them up, screw them together. That should be thick enough, and start to cut them to the length that we need. So we got the first form in, and we just squared it up with what they call a 3-4-5 method. 3 foot on this side, 4 foot on that side, and then from this point to that point will be 5 foot, which means that it's square. The reason we're putting in the form first is we want to know where we're going to start the piping, because all the piping is going to go underneath the concrete, as we're going to have a drain on this side with some other concrete there at a slope. So now we know how far we need to dig down on this side. We're just going to continue the form, so then we can start to dig down for all the piping and get that at an angle so that we know it's going to drain to that side of the garden. Yeah, I'm glad we're digging this week and not last week. Because last week the ground was frozen. It's still hard work, but yes, last week would have been tough. Anyway, it's going to go like that. We're going to build a manhole there. We're going to add on a 45 here. The 45 is going to run to this side where we have the roof water. And we had to do it like that because we couldn't figure out any other way of doing it, because we're going to build another door here, because one door is not sufficient enough for the Mongolian winters. So we're going to have a door here, but the drain comes this side. So where to put? We didn't want to put a tank here. We couldn't have this coming across the door. So the only way is to go under. That's why we're doing it like this. So we'll come down here and then we'll run a 45 and connect it that way. Easiest way. My arms are killing me from digging. We have got the pipe in. We have an entrance here. We have an entrance there, going to a 45 and then running over there. We have an entrance there for another drain. It seems to be level. Now we want to test it. This is what I've been looking forward to.
Yay!
Good.
It worked.
Now that everything works and the angles are correct, now all we need to do is just backfill everything and get this area ready for doing concrete. Beef stock has gone for about 8 or 9 hours now. Actually, we've turned it off, let it cool down. I've taken off the fat, so now all we're going to do is we're going to take it inside, strain out all the bones, strain out the stock, put it into containers, put it in the freezer, and now we have beautiful beef stock for whenever we want to do some nice dishes to cook. Finally, today is concrete pour day. Fortunately, we got some friends and family that have come to mix up the concrete. Basically, what we're going to do is we just brought in some extra stones and we're going to start tying rebar, and then we're going to start mixing up concrete and just pour it. We're going to do the concrete by hand. It's just so much easier logistically than to hire a machine. Just been working on the drain system, because on the concrete we want to have a drain here. Just took some red bricks around. Just made a nice 30 by 30 frame, level that out, pour concrete around. Once the concrete has cured, we can take this wood out and then we can build a nice structure for the drain and then have a cover on it. And everything's going to flow into here and solve our water problem. Just doing some extra reinforcing on the brackets, and then we start tying the rebar and getting this concrete done today. All the rebar is down, put some extra stones in here so we don't have to use so much concrete. Everything is ready to pour. The guys behind us are busy mixing some concrete, and then we can start pouring from that side and work our way through. Very exciting.
How you feeling like? Woo!
Arms are burning. Once you start, you can't stop. You've got to finish, no matter what. The last bucket. Oh, nice. That's it. Oh. Now we can let it cure. Dad is gonna level it out. Oh. Come sit by Daddy and see.
Hello. Oh.
Oh.
Dead.
Absolutely dead.
Yeah, hard work. Hard work.
Hard work today.
Good job.
It's a really good workout.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh, go to the gym." There,
Exactly.
just go and dig. Oh,
Wow.
guys, I'm super glad we got that concrete frame done.
Yep.
There's still a couple more things we need to build, the staircase, and we need to set up all the draining and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm absolutely done with concrete for today. So we'll pick that up next time. Guys, thank you so much. We just want to say that we love you to bits, and we really appreciate all your comments and how much your comments actually make such a big difference to our video. The more you hit the like button and the more you actually leave a comment, YouTube will recommend our videos for other people to watch.
Yes.
So
it's really important.
It's really important. Hey,
Hello,
Flemmy.
Flemmy.
Some of the videos that you guys comment on a lot, we get loads and loads of views.
Yeah.
When we don't get comments, the YouTube video just crashes. So it's really important, guys. We love you to bits, and
Yeah. Spend time with Flame now.
yeah, we're just gonna relax for the rest of the weekend, and next week we get back to work. We look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments, and we will see you next time.
Yeah. We need to rest.
Lots more to do.
Yeah.
Say goodnight.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
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 Mwah.
Mwah.